welcome to Boson Group. I'd like to introduce you this one very, very important formula we call the liver protect. You will ask me, well, in the body, the whole system, there's so many different organs, why would you single out the organ called liver? I don't know you know much about anatomy, but if in general, you always hear about metabolic rate. So what is metabolic rate? Metabolic rate is something that when you eat anything into the body, you drink any medication to the body, so the body needs to break it down. So when it breaks it down, it can bring the nutrient to different parts of the body when the body needs. So technically, the liver had a function. If you don't have a strong form liver in the body, that function get weak. So what happened? That function get weak. Once that function get weak, number one, you can see just a simple thing. You harder for difficult for digestion. Number one thing. Number two, down the line, you will see your cholesterol increase because it cannot digest. Converting your cholesterol into your hormone for you to see it longer. When that process get problem from cholesterol higher up, it increase more other condition. So besides, it had to break down all the food. Number two, it had to break all the medication you're taking. So once the medication you take into the system, the liver had a job to break it down. So the body can use, but once they break it down like that, the half-life is something that we call a side effect with the medication. It stays in the system and go into the liver. And not only that, if you are drinking alcohol, and the alcohol had a big turn on the liver itself, it turns your liver tissue get hardening. So when the liver tissue gets so hard, it cannot do normal function. So if three things. If you have good metabolic rate, you drink a lot of alcohol, eat a lot of fatty food, a lot of red meat, this is something you need to help the body digest. So, and overall, what I say, liver have a lot of function. They have about 500 different functions in the body. Besides, it breaks down all the food, drug, medication you take in the system. Now they have another function, which is filter your blood. So if you have one of the people that when you eat seafood, I know everybody enjoy that lobster, that crab, but when you have a little bit of seafood in the system, you get so itchy, you get different rash on the skin. So that will happen, that your liver react. So if you had a problem, you know your liver is not in a good shape. So that's something, number one. Number two, besides the seafood, you also have skin problem. You feel itchy, or you have all different acne or itchy or pimple on your skin, or allergic rash. You know that react from the liver. So you know liver is so important in the body. It has so many functions besides break out the food for you, and now they have to filter the blood. So if you don't have all that function down, it affects the body in the whole. So right now, if you are especially Asian, 1 in every 12 Asians will have some sort of hepatitis. So you know hepatitis is a virus. Viral virus come into our system, it affect the liver. So unfortunately, if somebody have hepatitis B or C, eventually, especially C, it will go toward liver cancer, cirrhosis. So that's the last thing you want to know. So right now, for the last 10 years in my practice, I noticed a lot of my patients had cancer, and they had to go to chemotherapy, radiation. So once after the chemotherapy, they will ask me, hey, doc, how do I help my body to detox the harmful side effect of the chemotherapy? So this is a formula, it's good. Number one, it helps the liver detox all the toxins out of your system, especially have post-chemo therapy, cancer therapy, help clean up the body. So besides, we have ingredient in here that help to clean up the detox for the body. They also have ingredient to put up your immune system. You know, after you have cancer, you need a strong immune system, or you can have hepatitis or a risk of hepatitis. You need a strong immune system. When you have a good immune system, you don't have to worry anything about whether the virus dominant or the viral count is higher, or you're at a risk of getting hepatitis. So this is a perfect formula for that. Now you're going to ask me what inside the formula. If you look at ingredient here, 30% of the active ingredient in this formula coming from a leaf. We call it Kotu-gola. So this one actually is a leaf that help the liver detox. But that leaf actually help the liver generate a lot of collagen as well. So the liver tissue is some tissue are the only tissue that usually can regenerate. If you have heard it before, if you have surgery, you can only need 1/3 of your liver, it can regenerate back, right? So that herb is actually help the liver to regenerate the new tissue. When you have good tissue or good liver tissue, it helps filter the blood, it helps break down the food. So that's how the liver function can carry on. And the other ingredient in here, if you know, one very familiar ingredient you heard is lemongrass. I don't know if you have heard of lemongrass or you enjoy your Thai food, or you went to one of the Thai restaurants, you will have the chance to experience what the lemongrass is in your tom yum. So they have a lemongrass. So lemongrass is been well known for radiation detox. So in Israel, University of Israel, they did a study that after radiation therapy, they have their patient taking 7 lemongrass leaf, cook at a tea, they drink it just like that, and it helped detox the radiation. They did a study. So right now, a lot of potato farm in Israel, instead they grow potato, now they grow lemongrass to help the body detox radiation. You know, radiation, one of the element is really hard to bring out of the system, right? So that is something very unique we have in this formula. And in this formula, we also have a very unique ingredient we call it beta-glucan. If you're familiar with different lychee, different mushroom you heard on the market, on the herbal sector. So lychee, other mushroom, why do we have that and why do we use so much? Because on the cell wall of the mushroom, they have an ingredient called beta-glucan. Beta-glucan is ingredient can help the body immune system bring it out. So we use an extract formula of beta-glucan from Norway. We had to use co-extract technology to be able to hold the active ingredient of beta-glucan. So in here you have all of that in this formula. So that I give you a general summary of what in this formula to help the liver to be active and help your body metabolize all the food we eat on the drug we have to take. So this is a very good formula. You ask me who can use this formula, right? And usually I'll recommend, number one, if you have eat a lot of scented chemical, or you drink a lot of alcohol, or you just have post chemotherapy, or you have a history of liver problem, or somebody in the family already have a hepatitis. So this is a good way to help your body stay with the system, keep your immune up so you don't have to be at the risk of hepatitis, and also help the body or the liver cell not to working so hard so you can keep it longer. To make it a quick summary, you will ask me this liver protect formula, what's it good for, and how do I know I need it, or what is its normal symptom or sign I know it's showing some benefit improvement. So number one, you can see if I know you're familiar, but if usually someone had a liver problem, usually look at the eyes. If it's too much yellow, you gotta go check your liver. So this is something that you can also see. If you have a liver problem, you can check the eye after you take the formula. I would say a good week, you will see the eye, the sclera of the eye, it gets lighter, it's not so yellowish anymore. And you also see the side, the side, it's brighter. The eye, you will see more clear. It's helped that. But beside that, because this liver, usually I say metabolic rate, you can't confuse what is metabolic rate. Usually I will refer to a digestive system. So what is the digestive system? The digestive system, we're talking about the combination of multiple organs work together to break down the food we eat and bring it out. So what is it? So we have the gallbladder, we have the liver, we have the stomach and the intestine. All of them work together to help digest your food. So once we have any of the organ that I mentioned about problem, it will show symptom. For example, you have a gallbladder problem, you will see when you wake up in the morning, you feel bitter taste in the mouth, or you have a stomach problem, you will see a bad breath, or you have ulcer in the mouth, allergy to certain food like seafood. Liver formula in the long run, they help you a good digestion, and the immune system boosts up. You don't have to be so much allergic. You can be enjoying the lobster or the crab once in a while. And another very unique active function of this formula, you may ask me, yes, it's a detox, it filters the blood, but what kind of toxin it can help bring out the system? Number one, I would say chemical detoxification, especially you get chemical from chemotherapy, or you take a lot of medication, or you eat a lot of canned food, processing food, fast food. All that food have a lot of preservative. So this liver formula help bring the chemical toxin out of the system. So that one thing. And you may ask me, how do I know it works? I had a lot of simple results from different patients they share with me. Number one is I have patients that are taking this formula. Number one, they see the change in their skin, especially they have allergy in the skin, itchy skin. This will help their skin. And number one, number two, I have clients that do a lot of job deal with chemical, chemists or a nail salon person deal a lot of chemical. So usually affect the skin. So when they take this formula, they see the skin brighter. And especially you can take together with our Woman Power formula, you will see the change in the skin. I know some of you, when during pregnancy, when we have our baby, if you do not take a lot of prenatal or you do not enough prenatal vitamins, and after you have a baby, you see the dark spot on your skin, especially on the face. And those are so hard to take it out. This is the solution for those black spots. So this formula is very good for your digestive system. And number one, number two, to keep up with the detox, all the chemical in the system outside, and in general, is generally help the skin.